like a Hellcat.
Hello and welcome back to the channel where once again it's time for a couple more pickups. Now the one thing today is the big thing that I've been waiting for. Definitely a little bit excited about that, and hopefully the way it's going to work and make things a lot easier for me in terms of making videos for the channel. But before that, we've got a Music Magpie roulette game. It's a PS1 game, and I haven't had any PS1 games from Music Magpie, I don't think, for ages, because the stock levels on Music Magpie have gone in recent times. There used to be probably well over 100 PS1 games in stock all the time about a year ago. Now there's usually about 30. And I think the main reason for that is because CEX started paying way more trading and they raised all the prices of their PS1 games. And vintage become more popular as well. What is the game in question? It is FIFA 98 Road to the World Cup. Now, I bought this basically to do a Saturn versus PlayStation video. But I do remember playing this game quite a bit back when it came out with a friend. He used to live across the street from me and he came and stayed with his grandparents and stuff. And we played this loads, especially indoor games. And we actually enjoyed it tons, to be fair. And I was giving this a play on the Saturn the other day. And it's not as bad as I thought it would be, especially when I've been playing a lot of other Saturn football games recently. This is in very good condition, which I'm surprised at. It's fully complete as well. The manual's pretty nice. It doesn't look like there are any cracks anywhere. This is actually in fantastic condition. This is the kind of game that I'd expect to be in really, really poor condition, to be fair. So I'm actually looking forward to giving this a little blast on the PS1, see how it holds up. The disc is absolutely fine. It's got a few speckles of dust on. This was £6 something, I want to say £6.50-ish, so it wasn't expensive. Don't usually see, as crazy as it sounds, you don't usually see like old FIFA games like this on Music Magpie or World of Books. So yeah. Oh, there is one small little crack there, but I can live with that. That was about £6 something, so that's okay. Now the big thing here is from AliExpress. I need a knife, I think, to open it. I made reference to it a little bit in my last pickup video because obviously I got a 10-meter SCART lead, and anybody who watched that would have been wondering, why on earth would you need a 10-meter SCART lead? Well, I will explain it once I've got this open. Just actually stabbed myself with my cutting knife. So in here, this is how well it's packed. It's not actually got like a bag or anything around it. It's just got loads of thick padding. Oh, okay. I've got to use my knife again a bit more. So what have I got? First of all, I've got a power lead. It is a USB one, so I'll need to put a plug on the end of it. But here we have it. A multi-SCART input-output auto switcher, I think is what it is called. So basically, this has 6 RGB SCART inputs. It has 2 RGB SCART outputs, and it also has, I want to say, RCA outputs. I'm not entirely sure if that's the right terminology for it. I assume it's kind of like component. Maybe it's just component. Not entirely sure. Now, this was from AliExpress. These are actually relatively expensive. I think with the tax and the shipping, I think it was about 70 something pounds. And people will probably be saying, why on earth would you spend that on a SCART switcher? Obviously, I've got one at the moment from Argos. It just has 4 inputs and you have a switch for each one and you select which one you want to use. That's fine and dandy. But this has a huge advantage in the fact that it can output to 1, 2, 3 screens at the same time, which is the big thing, because at the moment where I live, my HD TV where I play my modern games and I do all my capturing footage is in this room. My CRT is in my other room with my Dreamcast, PS2, Saturn and N64 plugged into it. Now, whenever I want to record footage, I obviously have to unplug that console, bring it in here, put it in the GBS unit that I've got, plug it into the capturing device and record it that way. And that's how I record all my footage. It's also one of the reasons why I've not covered any Sega Saturn light gun games yet, because you can't use a light gun on the HD TV. Now with this will stay in the other room where obviously I can plug in all my older consoles via here. Now this automatically detects which one is turned on. So if you just turn on one of them, it automatically puts that signal through the TV. You don't need to switch it or anything, which is one of the good things about this. So obviously you plug all your consoles in, then you'll have your RGB going from here into the TV in there. So it just displays regularly on there. And then the 10-meter RGB SCART cable, this is my plan anyway, will come out of that room and into my GBS box in here, which will then hopefully display it on my HD TV, so I can play it on the CRT whilst I'm actually capturing the footage. Now, I've always wondered how other people do this on YouTube, or whether they just use emulators. I know so many people just load up their PCs and play the games via emulators, and you can usually tell, to be fair, that it's not the real footage. Now this, for me, seems to be the only way if you want to play it on the CRT and capture it on your computer via your HD TV at the same time. This looks to be the only way. Now this, in terms of its quality, looks to be really good from a piece from AliExpress. You could get one of these on eBay, very similar. It was slightly more expensive, and I think it was slightly longer to take to arrive, which is why I ordered this one. I mean, it looks to be decent quality. It looks built really well. Of course, the big question is if it's going to work. Obviously, it shows you the pictures and stuff on the website. So I'm really looking forward to testing this out. And obviously, I'm going to be doing it in the very near future. Not going to do it on this video, but from the outlook, it looks really good. Obviously, FIFA 98 as well. Anyone out there ever used one of these? Let me know. A multi-output thing. So it lets you output it on multiple screens at the same time. And do they work as well as they're supposed to? Let me know down below. I'm genuinely buzzing, actually, to go and try and sort this out and see if it works how it should. That is all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back in the near future with some more pickups. Goodbye for now.